It's like, it's enough. We're over it. Let the guy live. So now I was over it within like a week. So I have forgiven him many years ago. Everyone has, can hate on me for that. But I don't know. I think the other people, it might just be time. Here's a major publication saying apparently it's time to forgive Tom Sandoval. How do you
Oh,
feel about this?
I
Got
mean,
any thoughts?
I cared for a while because I do like Ariana. I've met her before. I've hung out with her and her friends. She's a nice person. She's also bisexual, so she's part of like the gay community. So I always like kind of rooted for her. And she's always been so vulnerable about her depression and she's just like I like her. So I
Mhm.
think that, and I'm not going to say we're friends, but it felt like we were friendly. So I felt more when she went through that because of the way that the girls were kind of pushing her to be around him. I thought that was tough. Like if they just let her mourn and just kind of go away for 6 months and then come back, I feel like that to me was worse than what Tom did, was that everyone pushed her to show up and be okay. And they kind of made her look like she was unhinged. But I'm like, it happened in March and you're filming in May. Like, none of you would be able to do this. You think Lala would have been fine with that? No. Like,
No.
give me a break. I mean, she told everyone that she will kill them if they hang out with what was Randall. So I'm like, come on, girl. Like, so I think that part was more unforgivable, I think, is from the girls than I think from Tom. Tom Sandoval is kind of an asshole. I mean, let's be honest. Like, in what world was he like sweet and no? Like, he's always been an asshole. So,
This is actually what the article says. It says it's literally it's Us Weekly. The title is The World Ready to Forgive Tom Sandoval? So this is he's I think
oh
he's probably
God,
pretty happy with this interview here. And
that
apparently the Vanderpump Rules alum tells us why it is time for everyone to move on. I never minded him like I mind some. I never mind. I find him just what's the word?
corny.
Like no, like, yeah, like, look, he is the typical Hollywood, LA
Yeah.
guy, 40
Mhm.
something, trying to make it, the nail polish. So I find him kind of endearing in his own
I,
authenticity
I can see that. I can see
ish, if that makes any sense. So he really never bothered me. So I forgave him. The people were very up in arms with me. I had to tell them to fuck off, and they moved on. You
But it's your
know,
opinion, you know? And I
yeah,
think
it is my opinion, and I just
like
don't
Jax,
care.
it's him, it's Schwartz, it's Shep Rose. These people are kind of like, I don't know, they're like big children.
Jax is another one. Now, Jax lately has been bothering me a little more than he used to. I think Jax is just a fucking mess. Someone posted the other day on Instagram, they're like, and I think either like, I don't know, is he 47? They're like, for everyone wondering, Jax is 3 years away from being 50 years old. Now, I'm not age shaming or anything, but I don't know I mean, he's in his 40s. I know that. But
Listen,
when you say that and you're like, this gentleman is the same age as, say, like Aaron, Denise's husband, or,
Corey,
yeah, like any of the housewives, it's kind of like a man. This guy's got to get his act together. Well, apparently he was born in 1979.
oh
He's
wow.
40, okay, he's 45. Okay, so basically, but 5 years, so
That surprises me. I mean, but you got to give him credit because up until the trailer for The Valley, the season 2 trailer, I didn't know his last name. He's like Madonna. I just thought it was Jax Taylor. I know, but they said Coochie,
Jax
Kikuchi.
Chot, yeah, Jason Chachi, yep. Oh
What's
yeah.
Chachi? What's that mean?
That's well, his real name is Jason Chachi, and he's become Jax for us before our very eyes. We have Lauren from Utah became Lala, and
Oh.
can anyone just use their real name anymore in fucking Hollywood, people?
No, they can't. We used to have meetings with
I
our team.
mean,
How do we change your name? How do we make it more of a stage name? But what is that last name? Is Jax like Indonesian?
well, I never did that
Very
deeper
interested.
dive, but
I'm very interested because that trailer you sent me was Chef's Kiss.
We're gonna have to talk about all of that next time because there's one more thing I want to talk about before we
Yes.
go. Because I could do a whole show, hours based on
We could
that
do a whole
trailer.
thing on that because it's so good.
I'm beside myself. So okay, let's next time
Yes, yes.
revisit that.
In it. In it.
Just quickly, Wendy Williams.
Oh.
She throws the note out the window, help Wendy, and then they take her away and she passes the psych test. I mean, she threw the note out the window. It said help Wendy, and they had to come and take her away. And she went to the hospital and she got a 10 out of 10 on the psych test. And then
Wow.
did you see this? Then her niece took her out of the establishment for the night to dinner, and the police filed kidnapping charges against the niece or called and said, I don't know, they didn't, whatever. They said that the niece kidnapped Wendy because she was
Oh.
out for the day.
She didn't kidnap her.
So,
She saved her.
right. So sounds like the place is also retaliating. So I just don't even know. I don't know. I mean,
Wow.
and
This is
people from inside the place are, say things like, no, she's not so great. But how could you go to a hospital? I mean, you can't, like, you're taken out of the place. So now they're really independent people looking at you, and they've determined that you are fine, right?
so,
They're not working for the hospital.
so what is this now? Is it a conservatorship or not? I'm a little confused. What's happening?
I think the whole thing is very strange. No?
Hmm. What's happening? Because her son took the money from her. I understand that, but then why was she then put on a conservatorship as if he's the one taking the money from her? I'm confused. I don't understand.
Well, I mean, it's just somehow we gotta get when, I mean, I don't know. She seems fine to me, right?
She seems fine to me, but then it's obviously people can pretend to be fine and then not be fine. But I also feel like
Mm-hmm.
if Erica Girardi's husband, Tom, has been out and about living his life, I mean, he seems a lot more deteriorated than Wendy. So I think there's a lot of, I'm not trying to make it a sexist thing, but Britney Spears, her, it seems like there's a lot of male celebrities that could be also need help, but they're not really being forced to get help.
Well, a lot of people say Justin Bieber is acting
Mhm.
strange and
Yes.
needs a little bit of help.
Yes, he is acting a bit strange.
I mean, I mean, I just feel when there's enough rumors there, eventually something has to be true, right? Like you always hear about problems between like Bieber and Haley.
Mhm.
And they always double down that they're just fine. I mean, I don't know. They seem together. No, they seem together.
They seem together, but then it's also like it's like part of both of their brands. Like his whole Christian thing is to be married and have a kid, and so it's like, and then her, it's like she's Bieber's wife. Like that's her whole identity. So I don't know. I'm like, I get confused when you have to keep defending yourself so much. It's like where there's smoke, there's fire for me.
Where there's smoke, there's fire. Meghan Markle's Netflix show apparently is tanking, even though there's going to be a season two.
It's so bad. I'm like, read the room. Like, who asked for this? Who's watching this and going, yeah, I'm learning a lot. You take pretzels from a bag at Trader Joe's and you put it in a bag and you put twill on it. And okay, like her rainbow fruit plate. Okay.